Hello, and welcome to another video. In today's video, we are talking about discovery calls. And if you're not familiar with what those are, it's usually the first call you'll hop on with a potential new client to determine if the project is a good fit for both of you. So in this video, I'll just be talking a bit about my approach to those. And I think we should start a little bit before hopping on that discovery call, because an important part of this is qualifying the lead and determining if it's even worth taking that next step and hopping on a call together. So there are a few ways I go about this. Whenever I receive outreach, I'll look at many different factors. So I'll look at what company the client is from. Is it a company I recognize, or is it from like a Gmail address? So I'll maybe dig around on their website to see if they're serious. I'll look at what position the person is in, because that will give me an idea of how much decision-making power they have, and whether or not I can negotiate things with that person, or if they would need to bring things to their boss. Budget is very important. I do have a spot on my contact form for the budget. So if someone says that their budget is like $1 to $5 grand, and I were to charge like 10 times more for what they're asking for, I know it's not going to be a good fit right off the bat. There's probably no need to hop on a discovery call. Project details. This is to get a good idea of whether or not I can even do what it is that they're asking for. I get a lot of outreach. Oh, can you build this XAPI-enabled learning management system? No, that's not something I do. I build e-learning experiences. So sometimes right off the bat, I know that it's just not going to work. And if the budget was good for those cases, maybe I could outsource it. But it's usually a combination of these things not looking appealing that I'll kind of say, I'll just respond via email and say, this is typically what I charge, or this is my skill set, and these are the projects I typically take on. Just this last point, I'll also look and see whether or not the request is coherent. Are they using complete sentences? Are they articulating what it is that they need pretty well? Or are they just saying, I need e-learning, can you help? So these are the main things I evaluate whenever someone reaches out to me. And if it seems like it could potentially go somewhere, or like I could help them in some way, then I will send them a Calendly link to go ahead and schedule a 30-minute discovery call. And then we'll hop on a video chat like this. And my two main goals on that discovery call are, one, to help the client gain clarity around whatever issue it is that they're having, and two, to determine if I would be a good fit to help them further with that project or problem. So that's how I think about it. It's educating the client and helping them get more clear about what it is they're trying to do, and then also trying to figure out, okay, is there a spot for me to maybe help out with this moving forward? So let's talk about helping the client gain clarity first. And this took me, how I think about this now, it took a little while to crystallize, because before it's like, discovery call. You just want to hop on a discovery call if there's going to be something in it for you. But when people reach out to me, and they've done their research and they still seem confused. I've had someone reach out and say they had like this 100-page Word document that they wanted to turn into a video training course. And they were like, this seems like something an instructional designer could help with, but I'm not really getting anywhere with the instructional designers I talked to. I found your website. Can you help me with this? So I hop on a discovery call with them, not because that's something I would do. I'm not going to take that 100-page document and turn it into a video-based course with that person, because I do self-paced e-learning stuff. But I will help them figure out what it is that they're looking for and say, this is something an instructional designer could help you with. Here's the difference between instructional design and e-learning development. These are the terms you want to look for. So just helping in that capacity. And then you're really trying to figure out where the gaps are in their understanding. I've had clients, they weren't really clear on the difference between self-paced online learning and like virtual instructor-led learning. So the beginning of these discovery calls, a lot of the time, it is kind of like a little coaching session, just because I'm immersed in this e-learning world every day for years, and a lot of these clients, they're just looking at little glimpses that they can find on Google, trying to piece together what it is that they need. So that's important. Help the client figure out what it is that they're looking for. And just taking that a step further, like what the client thinks that they want or need may not be what they actually want or need. So I've had a client say, "Oh yeah, I need you to take this e-learning PowerPoint and this virtual instructor-led PowerPoint and just add more interactions and make it into a nice e-learning experience." So that's what they're saying that they want and need. They want me to add more interactions to this PowerPoint. But what they really want / need, and you figure that out by talking to them, is they want something that's engaging, that's going to hold people's attention. They want a product that people are going to actually learn from. And the way to do that isn't by just adding more interactions. It's by rethinking the whole approach, using a story-based approach, adding some motivational elements, adding meaningful interactivity to guide along, to move forward the story and introduce real-world consequences. I don't want to get too far into the weeds here, but that's just one example where a client might come into the call saying, "I want one thing," but after talking it out and asking them questions to figure out what it is that they really want, you might be proposing a different type of solution or guiding them towards a different type of solution. So that's where we get to determining whether or not the project, once you figured out what it is the client actually needs, is a good fit for you. And there are quite a few things to consider here. So for me, budget is a big one. Everyone does their pricing different, but I feel like I price a little bit higher than a typical freelancer. I don't do hourly pricing. So I try to address budget as soon as possible if we're entertaining working together, because the first year or so in business, I would spend so much time and energy talking to clients, and then after hours of going back and forth and saying what you would do and giving a proposal, then you actually talk about the money, and then if the client's just like, "Oh no, that's too high for us, that won't work," well then you just wasted hours of your time. So it's really good to address that early to make sure that it's in the right ballpark for the client and you're not wasting both of your time. Skill set is a good one. For example, if someone's coming to me for face-to-face training, or that client who wanted help with that 100-page Word document, I do self-paced e-learning design and development. So, and I tell that to the clients. I say, I don't think I have the right skill set for this project, but I can help you to write a job description or a statement of work to help you find the right person. And that has led to paid arrangements before, where I don't do the work that they need, but I'll help them find the right person just because I know what to look for. I know all the terminology, so we can provide value in other ways other than just doing the actual project. Timeline, obviously important. If the client needs this project done next month and you're booked up for a couple of months, obviously not going to work. So that's something. If I have a lot of work on my plate, I'm not going to take something on that needs to be turned around super, super fast. The vision for the end product. So I've been turning down some projects based off of this lately, where clients will want this information-based e-learning module and storyline where it's basically this narrated slideshow. I'm not really interested in doing that type of thing in storyline. If we want an information product, you can do that in a tool like Articulate Rise, where it's text-based, it's rapid, you can build it really quickly. But yeah, that's what I mean by vision, making sure you're both on the same page about what the end product will look like, what a good solution to this problem will look like. Because if there's a mismatch on that, either you or both you and the client are going to get resentful down the line because you both have a different idea of what good looks like. And process. This one seems important to me too. I've turned down projects based off of this. I like to work review cycles into the project. And if a client doesn't want to review it until the very end, that's a recipe for disaster. Good chances you're going to wind up redoing a lot of your work if the client doesn't like it. So yeah, good to make sure you're on the same page about process as well. Just to not lead to any issues down the line. Cool. So that is my take on discovery calls. That's how I've been handling them lately. If you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe because more is to come. And yeah, if you do have any additional questions about discovery calls, or if you want me to elaborate on anything further, definitely leave a comment below and I will be sure to respond. Yeah, thank you for making it to the end, and I will see you in the next video.